everyone, I'm Suyang, or you can call me Suyang, and today I'm going to talk about how to solve the Rubik's Cube in the easiest way. At least I think so. This method may require you to come up with some ideas on your own, but no worry, it is not very hard for you, and I will give you some hints. Certainly, I will also give you the answer just in the video. So now let's first look at the Rubik's Cube and see how many parts it has. So you can see that this is a normal Rubik's Cube, 3 times 3 times 3. So for each face, it should have 9 pieces. And we separate it into 3 groups. So the first group is the centerpiece, only one. So you can see that for each face, it has one centerpiece. And no matter how I turn this Rubik's Cube, I turn like this, turn like this, turn like this, this, the centerpiece never moves. So in other words, the centerpiece serves as a lighthouse. It determines what color this face should be. This centerpiece is yellow, so it means this face must be yellow. So when we have solved this Rubik's Cube, this face must be yellow. All of these pieces on that face should be yellow. And similarly, if the centerpiece of this is red, it means every other piece in this face on this side should be red. So this is centerpiece, the first group, and then the second group are edges. Edges are those pieces which have 2 colors. So for each face, it has 4 edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the edge has 2 colors, different colors. For example, we call this edge orange yellow edge or yellow orange edge, but both are okay. Just remember, edges have 2 colors. And then the third group is corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each face also have 4 corners, and for corners they have 3 different colors on one piece. And similarly, we name the corners like yellow, orange, blue, or blue, yellow, orange, or just remember, corners have 3 colors. So after introducing my Rubik's Cube itself, now we are going to introduce my method. My method is to separate the Rubik's Cube into 3 layers, like the first layer, second layer, the third layer, or we call it the bottom, middle, and the upper. So we will do it layer by layer. And for each layer, except the middle, because for the middle we have 4 centerpieces and they are all naturally done. So for the first layer and the third layer, we will make a cross first and then fill up with the 4 corners, like that. We build a cross first and then fill up with those 4 corners. So the 4 corners are done and the cross are done, so the first layer are all done. Then the second step, the second layer. After the second layer is done, we do the third layer. The first, we make a cross, and then we fill it up. Make sure this are all yellow, and then we modify orders of the corners and the edges. The third layer is done, and given that the first two layers done, the whole Rubik's Cube are solved. Now let's do a quick review. First, how many parts does a Rubik's Cube has? First, centerpiece, 6 centerpiece. Centerpiece, centerpiece, centerpiece. And each face have 4 edge pieces. And each edge pieces has 2 cutters. And then each face has 4 corners, and each corners has 3 cutters. How many steps do we need to solve a Rubik's Cube? 3 steps. The first layer, second layer, and the third layer. And for the first layer and first layer, cross is the first. And then fill up with the 4 corners. Next, complete the second layer. Complete the cross of the third layer. And then unify the upper face cutter. And last, adjust the position of the edges and the corners, and then done.